Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
George, this is not good. This is bad. How bad?
I was just going to ask you, what do you think the consequences are going to be? Is it going to be something like actually drastic and consequential, or is it going to be something that gets easily fixed?
That would be really rude if it was easily fixed and they made this a cliffhanger. Just to be fair, that would be freaking rude.
Sure. Okay.
Well, the other half of me though believes and hopes that this will be a nothing burger, so that freaking Shaolan doesn't have to have some terrible consequence. But it all depends. Did they say which? They said it was a high-ranking courtesan that this was for, right?
Yes,
They
but
didn't say which.
There's a big. I didn't get the impression that it was one of the big four, right? Because they're like the S tier, and I'd say high ranking is like A tier and above, right?
Okay.
And you have like the B and C tiers.
So if this is for Gyokuyou, then it's probably will turn out fine. Like she's super chill.
Sure.
If this is like Laolan, then she's friend.
Maybe. Actually, now that I think about it, if it's for Laolan, yeah, but the other three, they're kind of all right.
They're all right.
They're pretty empathetic, and maybe that's part of the reason why they made it so high on the top. The emperor doesn't want some jerk as a high-ranking concubine, so that's probably why,
Yeah.
So maybe it's kind of worse if it's one of the A tiers, where they're like,
yes,
not so important, but they are very important, and so they're kind of like proud and like jealous, I guess, of the S tier concubines, maybe.
Right. Oh, great! So, we're gonna meet a concubine that we've never met before, and we'll never meet again for this episode. I pray that that's not
potentially
the case. I think if I could make a prediction, I think it's gonna be Laolan. I think it'll be Laolan, and this will give us some time to like get to know her and the insights into her. And I feel like maybe she won't be that nice about this whole thing.
Okay. I mean, she's the one we know the least of.
Exactly.
And it's high time we know about her. So maybe you're right. Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. That's my prediction.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, only one way to find out.
All right. Let's do it. Oh.
Uh-oh. What's that pin she has? Whoa! That's very precious. Oh, you called it, dude. You called it. Lowland.
Yeah, exactly.
Less than an hour. She gonna make like shaved ice or something?
This motherfucker.
Why is he here? I think you're gonna need his help, Maomao. You might be grateful he's here. Episode 39. Nice.
Oh, frick.
Oh, that's why. Okay. So she like pretty much landed a job.
She was sold off by her parents?
Yeah, I think I forgot that, dude.
Oh my god.
That's messed up, man. Bro, if you only have an hour, stop thinking about this and make whatever you're gonna make. Of course he's here.
Of course. Oh my gosh, dude. I love this new Jinshi who's even more much of a frickin' Oh.
Max for gossip.
That's cute. Ooh. Oh.
Wow.
そんなこともできないのは誰だそうか
That's a that's a great freaking point, actually, Jinshi. She's like, that's it? And he's like, bro, you can't even do that, okay?
Dude, she couldn't do that when he was trying to tell her.
Exactly.
Like, the stuff, right? Like, that's probably what he's thinking here.
Oh, freaking Jinshi, that's great. Oh.
Well, what are the chances?
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Not yet, anyway?
What the frick?
Bro. Oh.
How do they
Okay.
make ice, I wonder?
I think they import it. I don't think it's made.
It's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's gonna make like a smoothie or something.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
ice cream? Bro, she's so like beaten down.
Yeah, it's so freaking
Shaolan?
sad. Shaolan is just having a rough time. Oh, frick. Oh my gosh, she's so precious. Oh, dang, look at that,
there
eh?
you go. Eggs.
Huh.
Yeah, add eggs to ice cream? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh. No, don't make another mistake. I guess you do want to make sure it's good though, so at least there's that.
Honestly, it's crazy to me to think that like ice cream and cold stuff like this is so ubiquitous in our culture today. But like ice cream, like ice alone, but ice cream itself would be like unheard of. It would be like, no freaking way, bro. Like
Yeah.
nobody's had this
Yeah.
before. For her to like eat that and be like, oh, it's delicious. And it's like, bro, this is the first time she's ever had ice cream, even seen ice cream or heard of it. That's crazy.
Dude, you know what's something that's like crazy sad that this makes me think of? There are people who farm cacao who've never had chocolate. Fortunately, it's usually
Oh,
like kids.
frick.
And they
Ah,
just
frick.
know that the rich countries want it.
Oh my
And they go their
gosh.
whole life making pennies on the dollar for crazy hard labor. And they've never had chocolate. I've seen like some videos of like some guys like, so do you know what this like makes? He's like, nope. I just know that if I bring X amount of pounds per day, I get this much money and that's all I do. And he's like, well, you take this, like he very roughly explained the process
Right.
of making chocolate. And the guy was just like, oh, so you eat this? Oh, you don't make like something, you eat it. And the guy's like, yeah, you eat it. Do you want to try it?
Crazy.
And he tried chocolate and he was just like,
Oh
what is
my
this? This
God.
is so sweet. This is like amazing. I was just like, bro,
Oh
our
my
life is so
gosh.
sheltered, man. It's insane. But
That's wild.
that's a little tangential, but it made me think of that.
Yeah.
Dude, guys. Oh my gosh.
Ah,
What? She's here?
she's eating it.
Oh my gosh.
I ditched work.
Oh. Oh. Dude, she's getting bigger.
Yep.
Starting to
Getting
show.
close. Oh. For now.
Oh, please keep being good. Oh,
no.
Uh-oh. Baby's not turned in the right position. Yeah, what's the problem here?
Breach
Oh,
delivery.
jeez.
Yeah.
Dude. You're gonna
Can they
need to be like cut open, maybe?
Yeah. Can they flip her before, I wonder?
Can't.
You can't?
I don't think you can. Like maybe nowadays you can, but I don't think back then they had a way.
Oh my goodness. I wonder if they'll call in her frickin' dad. Or if she'll try and call in her dad.
Maybe.
Oh, frick.
How little time there is? So she's like 8 months, maybe? Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. I think you're right. They might need to call her dad.
Yeah.
Yep. Here we go, dude. It's gonna be her dad.
Yeah, because he was exiled from the rear palace, though, right? Oh, she does now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's precisely why you need him.
Yeah.
Dang. You gotta know coming from Maomao, that's high praise. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind
Only
of.
in name.
Exactly. Only in the technical sense.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess
Okay.
Jinshi would be able to, right?
Stray cat. Okay.
Dang.
Dude, she looks very regal right there.
Right?
Like, determined, resilient, noble. Oh, he's here already.
Oh.
Dude, I didn't realize it, but I just hearing him now and hearing the quack doctor in this episode as well. Like my mind just connected the dots. Their voice is higher because they're eunuchs.
Oh, frick. You're right.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know about the rest of the eunuchs, why maybe their voices are lower. I don't know. It's hard to say, but like, yeah.
It could be when. It could be when it happened, maybe.
True.
How
when
long they've been a eunuch for.
Yeah. I know, like back then, to keep like altos in the choir or whatever the ones that whatever they're called, the ones that sing the high pitch, they snip,
they take care
the
of
jewels
that,
off just so they could keep their high voices. Yeah, so I just heard that and thought of that. Dang, he's finally back, dude. Yeah.
Dang.
Like an elderly woman. Maomao. Maybe the quack doctor will learn a thing or two. This will be good for him as well.
Everyone's so pumped. Oh boy.
Did he really raise Maomao? Oh my gosh. Bro.
Everyone's on the same page. I don't get it. Yeah, that checks out. Oh boy. Here we go.
Here we go. Is that Jinshi? That is.
Oh no, it's the eunuch.
Huh. Dang.
Well, you can't. What can you infer from that? That's like there's nothing there for us to even speculate on. Someone died.
Yeah, I wish I knew what the tombstone said.
Right.
But I don't read Chinese or Japanese or whatever that was.
Yeah, and I'll be no help when it comes to kanji. That's for frickin' sure. Huh. Okay. Well. So Lauman is back in the rear palace. That's fucking crazy.
Moment's back, dude. Yeah.
I thought maybe like it would be like a big process to get him back in because he was like exiled at some point and labeled as a criminal. So they'd be like, well, you can't bring him back in. They'd have to like smuggle him in and like wrap his face up. You can't tell who it is. And they have this mysterious guy come in, and then like maybe there's like trouble because they brought him in and some people find out and it becomes like a whole freaking thing. No, he's just here. He's just chilling. So
Yeah. I don't know what the Emperor's reaction is. Obviously, we don't know, but like, I'm sure he must be worried somehow. Like,
yeah,
he must know at least what's going on, and he must have approved that, unless they didn't need to go all the way up to the Emperor's level.
no,
and
I don't
Jinshi
think
himself
so.
could
Yeah.
approve.
I feel like Jinshi has enough power to approve that, right? Because he was put in charge directly by the Emperor, right?
She did say she was going to write a letter. I don't know who that
To
letter
Jinshi.
was to. Was to Jinshi?
Yeah, because she talked a
Okay.
little bit about like, I think they just had mentioned like talking to Jinshi about authorizing it.
Yeah. So I thought like they were going to like summon Jinshi, and then she was going to write a letter to the Emperor. But maybe it was like a letter to Jinshi, and she just like hand delivered it or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yep.
Yeah. Dang,
Hmm.
dude. Pregnancies
So-
and deliveries back then were crazy.
Yeah,
Even-
no kidding.
Even now in modern times are crazy.
Crazy is right. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, frickin' what's gonna happen with this, I wonder? You think everything's just gonna go smoothly? And then
I hope. I can't see Lady Gyokuyou dying.
bro, imagine.
Like, I mean, she's gonna be cut open. Freaking C-sections are intense. My wife had one, and it was
Ugh.
the experience was harrowing. I usually don't talk about personal stuff in the channel, but I'll give you guys just a very brief glimpse as to what the experience was. Is for our last kid. They were doing all the routine checkups and everything, and apparently the umbilical cord had prolapsed, which is when it starts coming out before the baby.
Oh no.
And the bad thing with that is the baby starts putting pressure on the umbilical cord and cuts their own blood and oxygen supply before they're even born. And like, let's say you're pushing for like 5 minutes, which is incredibly fast. That's 5 minutes without oxygen for a newborn. That's like at least brain damage, if not death. If it takes anything longer than 5 minutes, dude, they're out. And we were like all calm. The nurse was in there's like, I'm just here, because they check on you periodically. I'm just here to check you out, blah, 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 blah. The nurse did her thing, and in like 30 seconds, she's like, code red, get somebody in here, blah, 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 blah. There was like 15 people in the delivery room all immediately.
Oh my gosh.
They're like, we got to cut your wife open, sign all these like forms. If she dies, it's not our fault. If the baby dies, it's not our fault. Please sign here. Put your initials here. I'm just like, whoa, wait, hold on. What did you say? If she dies? If the baby dies? What are you talking about? And like from the moment that they detected the prolapsed umbilical cord to my wife being cut open was like 2 minutes. It was 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, and like all these people came, they like rolled her bed out of the room. I was like left by myself, and obviously like my wife's the champion here. She went through all the like
Yeah. I
pain and
guess.
all recovery and all that stuff. But I was like left in the room by myself after like, all these like people came. It's like, sign all this stuff. If everybody dies, don't come complaining to me. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
do I even want to sign this? Like, and they're like, we got to go fast because baby's life is in danger. Blah 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 blah. And dude, I was in that room for like an hour, just like pacing back and forth, and it felt like an eternity. I could like barely breathe, and I was just like, please let everyone be okay. Please, please, please. And my mind was like going worst case scenario, and I'd like pull it back. I'd be like, nope, don't think about that right now. It's not the time to do it. So
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
man, C-sections are, and obviously other times they're like scheduled and much more calm. And so this isn't always the C-section experience.
Yeah,
And they even
you don't
they even
say.
told me he's like, we're gonna have to like sign off on all these like antibiotics because usually the way they do it is they disinfect with iodine and then they let it dry for like 5 minutes and then they start the operation. And they also only do an epidural, so like just locally they numb the area. But because of like the emergency of the situation, she went down like full anesthesia, like knocked out, and they splash her with iodine and immediately went straight into cutting. So she didn't even have like time to like properly disinfect, and so like we're gonna have to give her these antibiotics, sign off on this. She's gonna have to go like on full anesthesia, like all this stuff, and they're just like telling me like, you know, shooting it fast. It was like overwhelming. And like I'm holding my wife's hand and she's like looking at me with this like very like determined, and I'm supposed to reassure her, but she's like looking at me. She's like, I'll be okay. I'll make it out of this. I'm like, you
what a legend.
Dude, yeah.
Holy
she was
frick.
like, I was like freaking out, but she was like, you know, very like, if this is for the baby, like mothers are incredible, man. Like something kicks in a gear and she's just like, if this is what the baby needs, this is what the baby gets. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I haven't loved you more than I possibly could right now. But it was wild, dude. It was a harrowing experience. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Dang, what a freaking Google review right there. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah. So,
jeez, bro. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean,
yeah. So I hope
it's
Lady Gyokuyou's experience is much better than that.
Yeah, you don't say. Well, I mean, it does help paint a harrowing picture of how serious it could get in the show. At least it helps put everything into context. So
they go through 7 layers of like flesh and like organs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Holy frick.
It's crazy. And then you got to sew up each layer. Some of them are like literally just staple layers together. It's like rough, dude. I'm just like, wait, like with all this modern medicine, you don't have like an easier way to do this? Yeah. Yeah, jeez. Seriously.
That's so crazy.
And this is like with anesthesia and all this stuff. I can't imagine what sort of anesthesia they had back then. Like liquor? Just like
maybe.
Get you super drunk, maybe?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else. Maybe there was stuff that like numbs you and stuff, but yeah, it's
I don't know. That's freaking
I hope
crazy,
all goes
bro.
well for the sake of the show. I hope all goes well with her.
No kidding. So. Oh my gosh. Well, we've got thankfully the miracle doctor in the house. So
True.
Hopefully things go smoothly. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll be able to avoid like doing a C-section here, or if they'll have to go through with that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think the problem with a breech delivery is like almost the same one, because like your feet are smaller and it gets to your head and you can like squeeze around the neck, right? Whereas like if it's your head that's coming bigger,
right, you get pushed out and then like, you're out.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Correct.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, very glad I don't have to deliver any babies. That's great,
dude. Women are tough, man. Like
that's a fact.
That's a rough ordeal. I'm glad I don't have to do it either.
Yeah, seriously. All right. Well, very interesting episode. This is a good one. This is a fun one.
Yeah, this is good.
About characters that we like and know, and yeah, can't ask for much more than that.
Dude, how is that one girl that showed up for the ice cream? I forget her name. But how's she everywhere?
Sui? Yeah, she is freaking everywhere, bro.
It's like getting to the point now that it's like sus.
She's like I heard about what was going on, and then I ditched work. Like,
yeah, it's like,
okay,
how can you do that? How can you like not get in trouble? And if she does it like once or twice, it's like, okay, fair enough. But she's like out catching bugs. She's doing all sorts of things. She's like always
out doing
like she
stuff.
knows all. Yeah, like didn't she say she was like doing laundry initially the first time we met her, but now she's like giving massages to concubines.
Yeah,
and now she's like showing up to eat ice cream. And she doesn't get in trouble.
Yeah, interesting, right? There's definitely, I don't know, there's something absolutely more to this girl, but I just can't put my finger on what it is. It's like she's there, and I'm at the point where I just have stopped speculating about it because I know that there's gonna be something, but I can't quite figure out what it is exactly. So I'm just kind of like, all right, well, it'll freaking appear when it appears, and we'll go, I knew there was something, but we won't have any idea what the frick it was. So
Yeah, like there was some comments she made about the previous Empress. And like,
oh yeah, but knowledge she
Is
had
the
about the
previous-
previous Empress.
yeah, is the previous Empress still alive?
I don't think so.
Yeah, she was kind of
Question mark.
old actually, so maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know. Like, I almost am wondering if she's like tied to the previous Empress or tied to the current what's the terminology? The mom of the emperor, whatever that's called. The Empress Dowager, however you say it.
Yeah, Dowager. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if she's like her own personal palace
Lady
spy
in
or
waiting?
something. Maybe she's like a lady in waiting, right? But she just like has, in order to like know about everything that's happening in the palace, she has her just kind of out
Right.
doing stuff and gathering information and like reporting back to her or something. That's kind of
Possible.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But it could be wrong, obviously.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I'm not sure what her frickin' deal is. There's something.
yeah. Yeah, she's very sus though. She's like,
Yeah.
she could also be here. She could also be tied up with the Jinshi plot somehow. No.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily get the vibe from her that she's evil. But we did
No.
speculate in the beginning of this season. We're like, bro,
There's
made,
gonna be someone. Yeah.
Yeah, Lacan looks so evil, and they just like flipped it. And he was like,
Yeah.
just a good guy, misunderstood, right? Like, what if, and when we joked about it, I was like, well, now what if there's the inverse? I'm like, nah, that's like too obvious. There's no way. What
But
if?
now, what if?
What if
Yeah.
she's the inverse Lacan? I still think that it would be kind of like, okay, show. Like, you just pulled, it's essentially pulling the same trick twice. Like, yeah, it's going in the different directions, but
Right.
it's like two sides of the same coin. It's like,
Right.
really? Would you do that again? I don't know.
It does make sense though. If they did it again, it's a little bit unexpected, kinda, but then it leaves us with more skepticism on future characters, even if they never did it again. Right? We'd never be
Yes.
able to know for
Yeah.
sure who we can and can't trust as being portrayed
Yeah.
correctly. Right? You mentioned Jinshi. I mean, to be fair, since you mentioned it, actually, they both have the same hair color. Are there any other
Purple, huh?
characters in the show that have purple hair?
Duo,
Right.
the current Empress Dowager.
What if she's freaking related to Jinshi?
Well,
I feel like that would be
that would
like,
make her the Emperor's daughter, right? Or,
do we know that he doesn't have a daughter?
I don't think we know for sure, but I'm pretty well. I mean, he's got Gyokuyou's little girl, whatever her name was again.
Yeah. That would explain why
It
she
would
could
be
just go
really
around the palace and have all this free time and being able to do kind of whatever she wants.
True.
Right? The rear palace is like her
Be the
freaking
Emperor's
playground.
daughter.
But like, I feel like no. See, that doesn't make any sense because like, how does nobody know her at all? Right? Like everyone would
Yeah.
know who she
Yeah.
is. Right? It doesn't make sense that nobody would have any idea of who she really is. But then I don't know. Then there's Jinshi.
So,
but,
remind me Jinshi's stuff again. So it's it was the Emperor and Duo's kid, right?
right, and
That's
then he
who
was
Jinshi is?
switched.
And then he was switched to be the Empress. What's the Empress Dowager's name again? Do you remember? I forget
Oh
what-
boy, you're asking a lot of me, George.
Us and names, no way.
I haven't
dude.
put the freaking little flex into my goldfish bullhead to get all that information out.
It's unlikely
It's unlikely, but it is kind of odd, actually, like,
because
that they have purple hair.
Adwo's genes are rather strong, right? Because she
Yeah.
also has purple eyes, and
Whoops. What color are her eyes?
I want to say they're like green or yellow, like a greenish yellow, I guess.
What color are Maomao's eyes? Blue. Okay.
What color are the Emperor's eyes? Were they brown?
I think they were brown. Yeah.
Brown.
What color are Jinshi's eyes? Purple.
Yeah. Same with Adwo's. They're purple.
Yeah,
but,
maybe not. It seems a little far-fetched, I think. Like, it's not exactly the same purple either. It's a different hue.
True. It's like
and she's got kind of
darker,
curly hair, and his is straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's probably just a coincidence.
Probably because she's main character, although Shaolin is also main character, and she looks a little bit more basic, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Precious Angel, I think you meant to say.
Sure.
Look at this little Precious Angel. She's going straight on the thumbnail, everyone.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. All right. Well, very interesting mysteries. Yeah, not sure. Not sure.
Yeah.
There's certainly something there, but we don't have enough information, I think, to figure it out.
We're already on episode 39. This is 24 episodes.
Right? This is so it's 15.
Season?
Episode 15 or 39, depending on how you look at it.
15. Yeah, sure.
So it's gonna go up to like 24, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff still pending.
Yep. We got lots of time.
So we do and we don't have lots of time, I feel like. Like, I don't know if we can have a couple more episodes like this one, which is like, this was a nice episode, but like, what? Well, I shouldn't say what happened. Clearly, Lady Gyokuyou's pregnancy complications are a big plot point. But,
sure. Half this episode was ice cream.
Yeah, and Loman coming to the rear palace, I'm sure is going to have gigantic implications. Do you think Lacan comes back somehow?
Listen, our boy Lacan is coming back one way or another. Okay.
No, but I'm talking in like sees Loman, right? Like, how's Lacan gonna feel?
There's no way that Lacan just like pops in simultaneously when Loman just happens to appear.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know how much longer Maomao's mom had.
No,
doesn't seem like she had a long time.
She doesn't seem like she had a long time, but like it seems like a little too convenient. If they had like foreshadowed it earlier in the season, of saying like, "Oh, he's coming back during like X season," and then like season like, "Oh, he's gonna come in the spring."
Oh, you're talking about
summer.
like winter or something. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Then it would be like, and then they just kind of like offhand mention it, but now it's around that seasonal time that he'd be coming back, and then it's like, oh, okay, maybe he will just appear because like, oh, we foreshadowed it. It's not just like MacGuffined him here because he needs to be here now, right?
Yeah,
it would seem a little cheap.
It would, I guess, if it's just out of thin air.
Just like, oh, he happens to be here at the same time. Crazy.
Yes.
Like, oh, okay, very convenient.
But so what I was saying is like, it's not that nothing happened this episode. Like, obviously Loman's he's going to be a giant force that moves things along, even if it's unintentional. Obviously, Lady Gyokuyou's pregnancy is a big plot point. But as far as like the mysteries that we have teased all season, namely Jinshi's assassination and stuff, maybe they keep going with that the rest of the season and we don't ever resolve that. But aside from that, like, what else is left that's like big? Well, I guess like, what are the emissaries' like intentions? We haven't seen them in forever.
We have the mysterious eunuch. We have the assassination plot with a potential foreign power, and we have got something going on with Lao Lao.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
And yeah.
And then we've
So
got
I don't know. We'll see.
Loman
happens.
as well. And any potentiality that could happen with that. I think Lacan will be season 3 if he comes back.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also whatever Jinshi's moves he says he's trying to make.
Yeah, well, we saw some of those moves happen in the cave.
I'm talking about the political moves that he says he's going to make. However, he did kind of offhandedly say today, when you put on the pin, I'll tell you.
Yes. When is she going to put on the pin?
Knows. I think that was the price she had to pay for him helping her with a kitchen.
Yeah. Well, the kitchen stuff got helped, and now we're doing another thing. So, when's the pin going on?
True. Multiple days at least appear to have passed.
It's like, I'm going to help you. You got to put the pin on. Then I'm going to tell you a thing. And she has the pin. She can wear it anytime. What's going on, show? Chop, chop, chop.
Where's the pin, Maomao? Yeah.
Where's the pin? Like, she wasn't wearing it now, right?
No.
Yeah, so frickin' come on, show. The show dragging its feet with Jinshi Maomao. Frickin' name a more iconic duo.
Why do you think she doesn't want to know? And what do you think her reaction will be when she finds out?
I think she's frickin' clueless when it comes to all this kind of stuff, and she doesn't frickin' get it. She doesn't understand on the level of, like, she doesn't totally understand what Jinshi wants. I think there's some, like, level of denial about who she is, like, from a physical perspective and, like, from his positional perspective and stuff like that, that she's just, like, under several layers of denial. It's kind of like, I am several multiverses ahead of you, and like with your big brain, right? And then, but Maomao's like, I am several levels of freaking multiversal denial. You cannot penetrate me with your logic at all, Jinshi.
Very interesting choice of words there, Graham. What are you trying to say?
I'm saying I'm several multiverses ahead of you, George. But yeah, so I think that's kind of the way it is she's just like in heavily deep denial.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Weird for someone as like obsessed with the truth as Maomao.
Is she though? Or is she just obsessed with solving things? Because there's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point, actually. However, to solve things, don't you somehow, or somewhat rather, need to be motivated by the truth?
I don't think so. I think you can be motivated by the process, but you don't have to be motivated to know the answer. All right, there's a distinct difference between the two. Right, you could get to like, it would be like someone who plays games and then stops at like right at the end because they're like, I don't need to see the end. I was just happy to go through the process of the game. The end is only like one small part of the whole thing I was doing, and so now I'm just stopping at the end, right?
Has she been like that though? Like, obviously you can't quite be like that because you got to solve the mystery, especially if someone else wants you to.
Right.
But like, it seems to me that like some of the mysteries she's already started solving them in her head before someone like officially approached her to be like, hey, can you solve this for me?
Wouldn't that mean she loves the frickin' process of solving things? Right?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time differentiating. I'm trying to like think back in the past. Was this an innate curiosity of hers? Or like, was it motivated by curiosity or was it motivated by the process? Right? I can't remember specifically enough.
It's difficult to differentiate the two, like you're saying, because like in the show, they obviously need the things to be solved. And to be fair to what you're saying, they haven't expressly shown a quality where she like enjoys the process and specifically doesn't enjoy the payoff either. They've really just shown both happening, and they haven't really made there's no specific commentary on one or the other. I'm just saying, like, she definitely enjoys the process of solving mysteries for sure, but like if she has enough personal motivation or denial about some certain things, she's shown herself to clearly be quick to shut that down, right? She doesn't want to live, because she wants to live a very peaceful, uneventful life, which, you know,
True.
and then that's why she's
I'll give
trying
you
to
that.
not solve these mysteries directly related to her. Like, these other things are interesting, so, but they don't directly affect her. So she'll solve all this other stuff, no problem. But like the things that like will change things for her and take away this kind of life and whatnot she's living, she's like, no thanks.
Yeah. And unbeknownst, or not unbeknownst, but against her own will, she gets pulled into these situations anyways.
True.
So, okay.
So,
all right.
yep.
Well, good episode. I'm looking forward to next week.
Yep.
Things need to start wrapping up, I feel. I don't feel like we have a lot of time if they're going to be, not that the ice cream part of it was bad, but it just running out of time. I'm speaking here from like a logistical standpoint. Like, we have time. A lot of things can be condensed in an episode or two.
This is the last episode.
Yeah. When in season 1 did the dominoes start falling? Do you remember, like, episode-ish?
Oh, bro. Come on now.
I almost felt like it was from the second half of the season, like, till the end.
Yeah, but there was also like tons of things even right up to the end that like we weren't even sure had made like any sense or had anything to do with anything, right? Like the flower situation. Remember when Lacan's like, "Oh, I need flowers. I want blue roses." And we were just like,
right.
It was like the second last episode or set of episodes, and we're like, why? This makes no sense. Like, this is another freaking random mystery. But then like at the end, it like all made sense, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So
maybe they have time then.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
they got lots of time. I think it will be right up to the last like 4 episodes, and we'll be finally cracking the codes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, looking forward to next week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hit that subscribe button so you can be ready for next week as well. And check out the Patreon and the channel membership to see our other anime 2 weeks ahead of time. But with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Get ready.
Take care.